Welcome to Land Strategy Live. Today we are on part 28 of how to apply 100 million money models in land investing. So we covered, you want to go up? So we started with the money models book. We covered, so that was like first around 25 parts, right? And then we switched to the lost chapters book because those were essentially the chapters not covered in money models. And we started with how to find an avatar for your business. And then we went into the attraction offers. We looked at some of the attraction, how to attract people, right, with different offers, free and discounted. We looked at premium offers. Yes, we looked at pros and cons. And today we will be looking at, we looked at free promotions as well, right? So today we're looking at discount promotions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So discount promotions. So free promotions, essentially you're giving something away for free, like a trial, or you're giving like a giveaway or like a 5-week challenge or something, right? Where you're giving something free. Premium offer was where you are not offering anything free or discounted and you're just offering a core offer for like 20K. But then the one of the cons was that you have to spend a lot more money on marketing and your sales needs to be dialed in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So discount promotions. A discount turns wants into haves. Why pay more when you can pay less? Free and discounted offers operate very similarly from a money model perspective. They create a perceived value discrepancy that on its own can drive action. Author is not a fan of marginal discounts, say 5 to 25% off. It's just not enough to drive real behavior and cuts into margin. So once again, he's not saying do like a 5% off, 10% off on your core offer. Is essentially like some kind of a lead magnet and say, oh, 80% off, like a piece of the core offer, not the actual core offer. So for example, we're not going to say our land is 80% off or 90% off. We'll just say something. What is that something? Now that's what we need to discuss. What do you think that we can give away for a massive discount?
I mean, we already have free things we're giving away. So.
Right. So free land giveaway, that's a separate promotion. What are the other free things we're giving away? But we do have the $1 down. That's kind of like a discounted
Mm-hmm.
discounted down payment. So that's our discounted offer then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't want to give 525% on the core offer. That's just, it's not gonna drive enough real behavior change. Okay, author likes massive discounts, 50% off or more, which people respond to and drives action from population that otherwise wouldn't act. So something like 50% off. Like the one of the examples I remember was like, say you have paint you're selling and then you need like multiple coats. So you say the first coat is 50% off. A lot of people buy, and then you say, well, but you also need the second and
Mm-hmm.
third waterproofing and those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of product you could do 50% off, or you could do some kind of a service, then which naturally leads to a higher
Yeah, that's like
upsell.
first say massage 80% off, and
Yeah.
then you do, well, you can get a package of
Just like T-Mobile and all these companies do,
Yeah.
like first 3 months you get 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
QuickBooks does it.
Mm-hmm.
First 3 months you pay only $2 or whatever per month, and then bump it up to like $99. Okay. Discount offers just make a component of the offer, not the entire thing. Yeah. People respond differently to the same discount displayed differently. So there are 4 ways to display the same discount. You could say 80% off, new client special, A lot of companies do that. I find it very annoying as a consumer, right? When people do that, like, well, you buy like, say you buy T-Mobile, right? Or usually like internet company does that, right? Especially in the East Coast, you buy like Comcast, and they say, oh, it's $19 per month for the first year, right? And they're like, oh, it's first year. You buy the modem, you have this all constructed, it's all set up. For a year goes by, and then next bill is $69.99. I was like, wait, what happened? It was 19. And I called the rep, and I said, well, that's just for new customers. So I said, all right, I'll just cancel, and then can you sign me up for a new customer? And the guy's like, no, then you wouldn't be a new customer. But what do you mean? I would be a new customer. I just canceled. It's like, no, that's not how it works. New as in you haven't had for like 24 months. So yeah, if you cancel, then you have to cancel for 24. You cannot come back for 24 months. I was like, come on, bro. So yeah, so that's how they get you. But it does lead to, which is I do think they're doing it incorrectly, because they're discounting the core offer. I don't think Hormozy would do it like that, because it leaves a bad taste. Because
Well,
it's the same
he's
service.
giving examples of first visit. You get 87% off. So.
Yeah. Or first. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if it's because it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Maybe don't do it for 12 months. Maybe just do first month or something. Right? I just feel like 12 months and then all of a sudden 13 month it hits you at $69.99.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of annoying. I don't know. Maybe it does drive revenue. So even if you're people who are a little bit pissed, but the service is good, so maybe that's okay. I mean,
you didn't change.
Yeah. So, okay.
But most people aren't huge fans of phone companies, so you have a point.
Yeah.
I think that is a good point. Like anything that makes your existing customers feel like they are deprioritized is maybe not a good thing. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily know if doing this is automatic. This kind of strategy is automatically going to produce that, but maybe it's something to keep in mind in the execution.
Yeah. Unless you blow them away with the service.
Right.
If you're a banger service, like you call a phone company and then they put you on hold for 30 minutes, that's a bad experience.
Yeah.
But if you call them every time they pick up like right away, then you're like, oh, it's fine. I can pay $69.
Yeah.
So maybe that was also part of it.
Yeah. It could just be like you're not happy with their customer service, so you're.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do think you have a point where if you can, don't offer the exact offer something a little bit different from the core offer. So at least it feels like the people who are getting a discount are also getting a different product.
Right. It's more ethical.
Yeah.
Okay. So absolute amounts off, you can say $181 off the first visit. You can also have relative equivalent off. Save a steak dinner or for a price of coffee or something. People do that, right? Less than going out to lunch. Discounted price, or you could just say $29 new client special. Same exact promotion, just communicated differently. By cycling through all four, you can test which one resonates the best with your audience. Use absolute prices when talking about understood products and services. In order for a simple discounted price, with no other elements around it to be effective, the service will usually have to be one that is well understood. Like people already know, oh, the phone costs $49 a month. So if you say $9 per month, they already know, oh yeah, that's a heavy discount. People should already have an idea what it costs, and this is where the discounts do well. If you discount something people don't understand, the offer won't be effective. The only way around it would be to state the price, then state the discount, like the absolute amount off example. An example that would not work is like 50% off agency retainer. No one knows what the agency does or how. Make sense? All right. So what are the pros? Why choose discount over free if free is the most powerful word in marketing? In some countries, if there are stipulations or creative offers around free, they are forbidden. discount offers allow you to advertise compliantly and still generate a decent amount of lead volume, especially true when compared to premium offers. So this is interesting. So I was like, why would have countries have problem around free? So apparently United Kingdom is strict about this. So so my understanding is, and I will have Juniper
Zafael's here.
talking about pros. Zafael is here. Wait, hold on. So my understanding is, I don't know if Zafael, you knew this, but in United Kingdom, if you cannot say free, right? Like, oh, get this for free, and then they come in, you tell them, oh yeah, this is free, but and then you upsell them into more expensive. Like, you can't do that. In the US it works, but in the United Kingdom they're very strict. If you mean free, that means the whole visit needs to be free. You cannot do an upsell. Something like that. We'll have Juniper verify. But I thought it was interesting. And that's why they...
But you could give like a heavily discounted
Yeah.
And then...
So let's see. So Juniper, tell us about countries. I think like United Kingdom, where in the marketing language, you can't use the word free. Because if you use the word free... and then they come in for the free thing, you cannot like upsell into more expensive. Is that true?
Yeah, that's actually a real thing. In the UK, there are pretty strict advertising standards around using the word free. Basically, if you're going to call something free, it genuinely has to be free and you can't immediately hinge it on a hidden cost or a quick upsell. The idea is to protect consumers from feeling misled. So yes, that kind of regulation is definitely in place there and in some other countries as well.
Wait, but is it saying you can't come in and they say, oh, it'll be free, but you have to do this? Like, as in, if you just gave them an upsell, but they could still get the free thing and reject the upsell?
So,
is that
so yeah, Juniper, can you break it down how that's different from the US regulations? Like, why is it more lenient to use the word free in US marketing, but not in United Kingdom marketing? Can you give with an example?
Absolutely. So in the UK, the regulations are a bit stricter because if you advertise something as free, you can't then require the customer to do something else that's unexpected in order to get that free thing. For example, you can't say this product is free, but then make them buy something else first or lock them into a purchase. You can offer a freebie as a genuine standalone, and if you upsell them, it has to be very clear that they can still walk away with just the free thing if they want.
Hold on.
In the US, it's a little more flexible. You can often say something is free as part of a promotional offer, even if it's tied to buying something else, as long as you're transparent about it. So you might see more buy one, get one free or free gift with purchase kind of deals. The key difference is just how strictly those rules are enforced.
Okay. So you could advertise as free. The free trial. What was one of the offers we looked at? Like free. You remember one of the money model
free
offers?
trial?
Free trial.
With penalty.
With penalty. Yeah, you can't do that in the UK.
But it sounds like you could do something like offer free 6-week gem turnaround. And then when they come in to take it, say, by the way, we do offer,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they can still get the free thing and reject your
it's just
offer.
stricter because then people can still complain, right? If the rules are strict and people can still complain, well, but you can basically argue, right? Because then they have stricter rules. In the US, it's less strict because then you can make an argument that I did say free, right? And there are like some judges who might have ruled saying that's okay, but in the UK they were more strict. So anyways, so the point is, actually, let's find out. Juniper, what are the other countries where the word free is like that? It's heavily restricted. What are the most strict countries?
Yeah, so
besides the UK, there are definitely a few other countries with pretty strict rules around using the word free. For example, Australia is known to have some pretty robust consumer protection laws through their ACCC regulations. They also make sure that if you say something is free, it really has to be free and there can't be hidden catches. Germany is another country that's pretty strict about advertising language in general, and they definitely keep a close eye on how the word free is used to make sure it's not misleading. So in short, countries with strong consumer protection laws, like the UK, Australia, Germany, tend to have these stricter rules. They just want to make sure that free really means free without a bunch of strings attached.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have to be careful. UK definitely has some crazy laws. Juniper, any other crazy laws around marketing in UK, Germany, or Australia that we should be aware of?
Oh, absolutely. There are always some fun quirks out there. For example, in the UK, there's actually a rule that if you do a promotional price or a discount, you have to have offered the product at the higher price for a meaningful period before you can claim as a discount. So you can't just inflate a price and then immediately say, hey, it's 50% off without it actually being at that higher price for a while. In Germany, there are pretty strict rules about comparative advertising too. If you say your product is better than someone else's, you have to have solid proof and it can't be misleading or just a vague claim. And in Australia, there's a big emphasis on not using fine print to contradict the main message of an ad. So if the big print says one thing, you can't hide the real terms in the tiny print at the bottom. So yeah, different countries have their own little marketing quirks to keep things fair.
Interesting, right? So that's the reason why, because I'm sure the author was like, well, you use this, and then people from other countries like, well, you can't do that in this country, you can't do that in this country. So he was like, well, I need to come up with something like an alternative they can use pretty much everywhere. So that's why I'm guessing he came with this discounted thing. You could do like $1 down or something, right? $1. And then it's not free, but then it acts as free. Okay. So it allows you to advertise compliantly in some countries and still generate a decent amount of lead volume. Especially true when compared to premium offers. You actually collect some money. It won't amount to much, but it still helps liquidate acquisition costs. But we'll never build our business to use this money as a real way to liquidate our costs, right? So basically, if you're charging, say, $7. So for example, we're doing this free land strategy call. You could get it down to like $7 for land strategy call or whatever, right? So less people might take it, but then you still generate some money, you'll have less no-shows and all that kind of stuff. So that's the point. All right. This is just the first way to track and transact with a customer. People come in expecting to spend some sort of money. Like if they're willing to pay like $7 or like $20 or whatever, then you know that they're serious and they might have money to maybe buy a $5,000 property if they're willing to spend like $20. Okay. People come in expecting to spend some sort of money as opposed to free leads. These folks at least expect to pay for something, so it won't be a shock for them. More of a mental benefit. It makes you more invested in the selling process, knowing that they already paid something. So you have more conviction in the salesperson. A good salesperson will sell the same percentage of free versus discounted leads. Close rates on the initial discount tend to be higher, but still the same on upselling the core offer to the individual, which becomes the second sale where money is made. So yeah, so essentially they come in for a free or discount offer, or like for a not the core offer, but more like a lead magnet type stuff, like a component of the core offer, and then you upsell them or you make them an offer for the core offer. Making sense? Mm-hmm. All right. And the core offer is where you make real money. All right. So the two-step sale. So you can collect their card over the phone. It's an easy sale. It paves for the way to make the future sales more seamless, and you can charge them penalties for other things you may need them to do or adhere to during the sales process. Oh, Sonal is here. So if you say you charge something, like say for example, tomorrow Sonal is doing all these live streams and he becomes famous, and he is like, all right, so if you want to talk to if you want to talk about the property, you can call my salespeople for free. But if you want to talk to me, since I have limited time, I'm gonna charge.
Yeah, that's 0.3 here, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna charge like $100 for the hour.
Yeah,
because I'm a celebrity.
So that's the argument why you would want to do discount instead of free in certain situations where having a low no-show rate is important.
No, not only the low no-show rate, but also because if they pay $100 to talk to Sonal, you know that they're ready to buy. They just want to make sure that I interact with Sonal. Sonal's expertise, he can give me some good pointers, and then Sonal might have an offer saying, if you end up paying $100 for my consulting call, and then you end up buying the property, then you can use that $100 towards the property purchase price, just like we do with the horns, right? So you could do the same thing there. So that way, the person talking to Sonal is super serious, and then they will end up buying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's completely random fact. This is like completely out of nowhere, but Jeffree Star.
No.
You don't know Jeffree Star?
No.
Okay, look him up. It's so random.
Jeffree?
Yeah, Star. E, not Y. You can just select the second drop down.
Makeup artist.
Yeah. So he's like very famous from like makeup artist or whatever. So I was just, something came about Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And there was a news article that he's a big celebrity, like hundreds and millions of followers. He does makeup tutorials. He moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He bought a ranch, something to do with like a land news. He bought like a 100-acre or like 70-acre ranch in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And he was raising yaks in Jackson Hole, which is like very unusual.
Yeah. That's not a common animal to raise.
Yeah.
In the US at least.
Yeah. So that I thought that was interesting because he just came from Jackson Hole, right?
Wait, what does this have to do with discount offers?
So he was doing some he was selling like yak jerky or something, and like may had an offer or whatever. But anyways, that's what it reminded me of. Because when I was telling the Sonal story that people are paying to talk to you, and he has a high consulting fee or whatever. Juniper, tell us about Jeffree Star and why he moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and why is he raising yak? Is that true? Is he raising yak on his ranch?
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeffree Star is definitely a colorful figure. He's a beauty mogul and influencer who originally gained a lot of fame through his makeup line and YouTube channel. A few years back, he decided to move to Wyoming, specifically to the area around Casper, and then to a ranch near Jackson Hole. He was kind of looking for a quieter, more rural lifestyle away from the spotlight of LA. And yep, he really is raising yaks. He started a yak ranch out there. It's kind of become one of his new passions. He even sells yak meat and has turned it into a little side business. So it's kind of true. He's out there living the ranch life with his yaks in Wyoming.
Yeah. So, Sonal can do the same and he becomes super famous. He can, buy his own land in Jackson Hole. All right. So, it can, if someone is paying you, even if it's less money, then, you know that they're serious. All right. It can help eliminate no-shows, especially important if time or cost of the individual is real, like a doctor's time. Yeah. So this is what we're trying to do, right? Like you have these free land strategy calls. A lot of people just book and they don't show up. So we have to put in place checks and balances. Someone will call them, confirm. If they don't confirm, we cancel it proactively. Because otherwise you're just sitting there all day, just cancel. So it's the same thing here. But if someone is paying $50, they're not gonna not show up. Discount offers solve that problem for the most part because people will typically show up for things they pay for. Your free land giveaway would work in the UK, I'm sure. But yeah, it's free. There's no upsell on the free land. Actually, there will be a discounted because we do the $1 for the legal notarization.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it won't. Yeah, maybe Zafiel is right. It might not work in UK. Right? All right. You can set up a follow-up call in 7 days after their discounted period is over to see what they think. You can say, if you don't show up for this appointment, we charge them some sort of fee. Make sure they show up. We can use this strategy as part of a 2-step sale process, which is the primary reason to use discounts. So you can set up a follow-up call in 7 days after their discounted period is over to see what they think. You can say, if you don't show up, we charge them some sort of fee. Wait, what? So this is more like a dentist type situation, right? So we say, well, free discounted teeth cleaning for, if you do it in the 7 days. No. Discounted teeth cleaning for like $20. Usually it's like $149. Yeah. So the person comes in, they pay the $29, do the teeth cleaning, and then the dentist says, oh, well, you also need fluoride, you also need teeth whitening, you also need this, right? Bunch of things. And the person is like, all right, fine. Let's set up an appointment. They set up an appointment for next week. And then you say, all right. So if you do not show up to that appointment, then we'll have to charge 25% of no show up fee or something, right? So that way you're guaranteeing that they show up. That's what it's saying, right?
Is that what it's saying?
You can
It's
set up
not
a follow-up call in 7 days after their discounted period is over to see what they think. You can say, if you don't show up, we charge them some sort of fee to make sure they show up. We can use this strategy as a part of a 2-step sale process, which is primary reason to use discounts.
No, Zafiel does think it would work in the UK
You're
because
providing.
it is actually free, right?
Yeah, no, it is free, but we tell them that they have to pay $1 for the legal documents to be valid. So maybe
Yeah,
that
but,
might.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
I
that
mean,
seems kind of like because like if they don't pay it, we're not.
no, but it's still like, because the legal document won't be valid if we cannot, because it needs to be arm's length transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's not like we're gonna do free line giveaway in the UK. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you want people to do multiple things before you sell them something more expensive, having a discounted front end makes sure they'll do it and gives you easy way to create initial trust to lead to future upsells seamlessly. So if you want people to do multiple things before you sell them something more expensive, having a discounted front end.
Oh yeah, like I'm
Make
thinking
sure-
like if you're selling maybe software, but they need you want them to do some training before
Yeah.
they actually use it. You could say you get that's sort of like the trial.
Oh yeah, like
you get a
forced
discount trial,
Yeah.
but you have to do the.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. Discount offers make upsells smooth as butter. You have person's card on file from the first transaction. You can just ask, do you want to use the card on file? The whole point, we give something super valuable away that's not our core offer for an insane discount with the intention of getting leads and their cards on file to get the thing at a designated time. Right. So the important takeaway here is that you don't offer a heavy discount on your core product. Your core product never has a discount. Right? I think that's one thing I keep telling Sonal as well. Be careful, because sometimes he'll just do heavy discounts, because then it's training the audience to only buy when you do a heavy discount, because they know.
I also think, getting back to your earlier point, it can leave a bad taste in existing customers.
Yeah,
Not
who paid
they're like,
more.
well, I paid full price. Why did this
Why
other?
why do they
Yeah.
get? So that's why it's you don't want to do that. What you can do is offer something for free or discounted, which is not land, but it's like a consulting call, just like Erica is doing now, free land strategy call. Or you can do, if you have a book or a PDF, you can give for free, like say 50 things you need to check land before buying. Or you could do What else can he give away for free or discounted? Consulting
But
calls.
the only thing I would, on that point, just to play devil's advocate, what about the J.C. Penney story, where they used to have tons of discounts all the time, and then they removed them, and it destroyed.
Because their audience was trained. Their audience was already trained because that's the business model they started.
Right. That
But we didn't start with that. We didn't start with land with like heavily discounted prices. We whatever the price is, it's the price. I don't think we ever really did.
No, we never.
Like we would proactively reduce the price, but we'll never say if property is listed at 12 and someone offers 10, we'll say no.
Yeah.
Because then you're training them to so I think so that's the problem, right? Like Sonal was like, oh,
well, I think initially that was more, if you get in the habit of just negotiating that way, you always end up pretty much making no money, right? Because
not only not making no money, but you're training people that everything is negotiable. Because you have to draw a strong line that nothing is negotiable.
Oh, the main reason we did it right is because once, as you were saying, someone understands that everything's negotiable, they're never it's hard to make them feel satisfied with the purchase, right? Because you could say, oh, well, if they agreed to this discount, what if I'd pushed more? Maybe they would have gone down.
Yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of negative effects that happen when you discount stuff. So the right way to do it is do a proactive discount, right? If like a proactive lowering of price, so it's everyone gets it, or you know how Apple does it, right? Apple is genius. Like Apple never discounts anything. You know what Apple does on like Black Friday and stuff? Zafiel, do you know what Apple does?
Everything is negotiable.
So what Apple does is on Black Friday, they will say, so Apple says on Black Friday, if you buy Apple product, you will get a $200 gift card with every purchase or something. And some expensive products, you'll get a $400 gift card. So they're doing the gift card play. So their product is never discounted, but they offer like in bonuses. Essentially, it's a bonus, right? So that's what we're trying to do. We're like, well, if you buy, you'll get this, you'll get this, you'll get this, you'll get this.
Yeah.
No, Apple doesn't even throw in smaller stuff. All they do is just gift cards. What else do we do? So we do the bonuses. So bonus is another. So essentially what they do like a gift card bonus. Anything else? Oh yeah. So the main thing is, so that was the main point. So Sonal, if you say, if you buy before end of the year, I'll give you $1,000 off. And every holiday you do something like this, then people know, MLK Day is coming on Monday, right? Or like, it's a week out or 2 weeks out. So I'm not going to buy right now. I'm going to just wait because I know Sonal will send an email for a discount.
Wait, it just got me thinking, should we do promotions where like say, and we put it on YouTube where for Easter, if you buy a property in the next week, we'll throw on one of our add-ons for free. And then, so that way we're taking advantage of promotional cycles, but also we're advertising the add-ons, right? So maybe people might have more interest in that.
I mean, I think gift card is safer.
Yeah.
Because it's, because the add-on then leads to the same problem. The next person will say, well, that add-on you just give away for free. Why would I pay for it?
Yeah.
Gift card is safer because you're essentially giving them money off, but instead of off, they need to spend it on other stuff. I think is just genius. I mean, Apple is not stupid. They probably very smart people, much smarter than us, thought about it, right?
Yeah.
So why waste brain cells and just steal what they do. I'm sure they thought about it a lot. And they did studies and stuff, right? They did like focus group studies and whatnot. Okay, yeah. So gift card, which we are doing, right? Rollover credits and gift cards and stuff. Like we're already doing that. All right, let's move on. Okay. Apple Store gift card. Yeah, exactly. The prospect then comes in at a designated time, upsold to something far more expensive. Yeah. Giving away heavy metals test consultation for $19, then upselling the prospect into $2,100 10-week lemonade
What?
detox plan. Oh, this was an lemonade stand example.
Wait, why heavy metals test comes?
Yeah, I forgot. So anyway, so it's like an ad. You do the opt-in, then you do a phone call for $19 promotion, then you set the appointment. Person would show up for the $19 appointment. They get value. Schedulist follow-up for $2,500 treatment program. Shows up on the second appointment to get sold. Yeah, so this is more like a dentist example, right? We'll do $99 free cleaning or $99 teeth cleaning for $19. A lot of people take it. When they come in, they're like, well, you need this, you need this, you need whitening, you need fluoride, you need one of your teeth is crooked, whatever, right? Whatever they do upsells is going to cost $2,000. And the person is like, oh, all these things? All right, fine. When do I show up? They show up, you sell them, right? Okay. You'll be amazed how many. Oh, so Erica, this is a question for you. Have you noticed like the one of the core principles that I put in, that it's much easier to sell to existing customers as opposed to trying to convince new leads? Is that true? Like we should do that.
I'm not sure that's true yet, but I don't know if we have enough data.
We don't need more data. So these are the 6 principles I came up with because I have a podcast interview coming up. So I wanted to see if I can have some notes for it so I can add some value. So the first one is the amount of money a business makes is equal to goodwill times number of offers you make, right? That is kind of obvious, right? There are only 2 ways to grow a business: sell to more people or make your customers more valuable, which is kind of obvious. Yeah, you would agree.
Mm-hmm.
Third one is it's far easier to sell to an existing customer than to convince a new lead. So this one you're saying you need more data to confirm this?
Yeah, I would say right now it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, it's always easier to do business with people you have built a relationship with.
But
I think the problem is we haven't built That's the
well, I think there are 2 things. So one, my close rate on new sales is going to feel high because we have all these qualifications in place, right? But I think with land, it can also be a little tricky because a lot of people are really only going to want one parcel of land.
Not necessarily, but yeah. I mean,
not everyone.
Of
course, there are going to be. I think a good percentage of people who'd be interested in another parcel, but there will be.
I think it would be interesting if Zafiel buys land from us and then he will experience our customer experience. And then he'll be like, wait, well, I don't know if I was.
Yeah, I'm afraid of Zafiel.
You're afraid of Zafiel and his diesel Tesla?
Yeah. But it'd be good. It'd be good feedback, I'm sure. Yeah.
Zafiel gives very good feedback.
Yeah.
He improved our website. He improved our 3 A's, right? All right. So the fourth one is speed beats persuasion in sales. Responding within 1 minute can increase conversions up to 10x. So speed beats persuasion in sales. So the example I was going to give in the podcast was like you responding to the leads right away, you responding to your customers right away, you responding to their messages right away, like as in like when you're doing back and forth, or you saying, if someone says, oh, all right, follow up with me tomorrow, and then first thing tomorrow, you follow up. Just being on top of everything, speed is better than persuasion when it comes to sales and closings. Would you agree to that? Because I only noticed it because then we had this salesperson who just left, and the way they were working was like more like batch. They'll be like, well, I work these hours and all the other calls goes to voicemail. So there's like a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But since you are like all day on sales, so if someone comes in, you return right away. So the speed helped close a lot more sales. So
Yeah, I agree. I think speed's very important. I mean, it is kind of a sign of how important a person is if you respond to their request quickly.
Yeah. Okay. So the fifth one is both leads and customers should always know when the next meeting is. That we learned from real experience. It works really well. It also gives us a reason to call them to confirm their appointments and stuff. A lot of benefits from this principle. And the final one I have is every customer interaction is an opportunity to make an offer. Right? That's kind of common sense for us now. We didn't even know this until 3 months ago. Right? Okay. All right. Back to this regularly scheduled programming. Okay. So you'd be amazed how many more people would say yes when they don't have to take their card out. Examples: Amazon one-click purchase, Disney's money wristband. What's Disney's money wristband? Oh, as in like you don't have to pay for rides. Juniper, how does the Disney's money wristband work?
Yeah, so Disney actually has a system called the Disney Dining Plan, and part of that includes what people sometimes call Disney money or dining credits. Basically, it's a kind of prepaid meal plan. You buy a certain plan and you get a set number of meal credits or snack credits that you can use at various Disney restaurants or food spots throughout the parks and resorts. The idea is that you've already paid for it up front, so when you're in the parks, you're not pulling out your wallet for every single meal. Instead, you're just using your credits, which can feel a bit like spending Disney currency and make things feel more all-inclusive. Now, it's not literally a separate currency, it's just a credit system. But it does mean you've kind of locked in your food spending in advance, and it can help some families' budgets a bit easier. So that's the gist of how Disney's dining credits or Disney Bunny kind of works.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't have to take your credit card out. It eliminates friction. So it's easier to upsell than to sell, also known as foot in the door principle. Because they already have foot in the door. Yeah? Once you get someone to buy something, even a small item, the likelihood they buy from you again goes way up. Yeah? We already know this by now. Heavily know this, right? Like ingrained. Yes? Right? Once someone has bought something, they're most likely to buy again. The property I was most interested in was a large 40-acre parcel you had listed a long time ago. I think that's how I found your channel. Oh, okay. Did you know? Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
40 acres.
Yeah,
was it Nevada?
We did have, we had a 40-acre. Yeah. We should look for some of those larger parcels again.
Yeah, right now we're heavy on
popular.
inventory. Yeah, but yeah, larger parcels always get more views. Okay. Discounts as a front end gives you this benefit. It allows you to turn prospects into customers. Then you can upsell those customers into your main offers with the added benefits of card on file close and some built-in trust from whatever you delivered from your discount offer. Make sense? Okay. Add steps as the pricing complexity increase. So the more complex the thing you sell is, the higher the price, the more time the prospect will have to spend with you in order to buy. All right. So this is a key point, right? That's what I was like telling Harpreet. He's missing in action today. He's partying. He parties on the weekends. So I'm trying to drill into him, bro, you got a lot of work to make business successful. But he hasn't gone into his brain yet. But yeah, so the more the more expensive the property, the more work it takes. I saw a comment from you on one of the sales calls today where you said the guy said the the fact that we, our front office called, then you called, and then you called again. You had like 4 or 5 conversations. The fact that we spend so much time and we're always on top of like calling back, helped him puts his mind to ease. What
Yeah.
was that? What did he say?
Yeah, basically just that the fact that we respond quickly and answer all his questions makes him feel comfortable buying from us.
Yeah. Okay, so you can do all of this at once, like a weekend seminar or multiple sales calls or making content. Like, so making content also kind of like they're spending time with you, right? That's why lives are so important. I keep telling everyone, right, in the mentorship, and people don't take it seriously. Like, they're like, yeah, I don't want to do lives. There's a waste of time. They don't bring me leads right away. And I was like, it's not about getting you leads. It's about the leads you already
Yeah.
have, looking at your stuff.
Yeah,
And
that goes back to what we were talking about before. People are buying real estate. It's not a
You're not buying
it's not a
shoe.
wallet or
Yeah.
a shoe. Like
Yeah.
people need some time to get comfortable with you and the property.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
don't do lives, uh-oh.
I'm so
Yeah, if you don't do lives and if you don't have any kind of content, it's going to be much harder.
Especially, not only is it a high ticket item, but it's a high ticket item in an area that has a lot of mistrust because there have been a lot of scams in real estate.
Not only high ticket item and high levels of mistrust, but it's also a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Most of the people are
yeah,
buying
with
on
owner
terms.
financing, yeah. So people need to trust that you'll take care of them.
Yeah. A lot of people, even like experienced operators, they get greedy and they're like, oh, I'm just going to sell this note to someone else. But the person who bought from you, their expectation was that you are going to be servicing the note, not like a faceless company. So they get upset and then they leave bad reviews. I've seen like multiple times people leaving bad reviews for other investors and they just sell. Like they just like, oh, I'm just going to sell on terms. And after 2 months, I'm going to sell the note to someone else. Like, like banks do mortgages. They chop it up and sell it. I'm just going to sell that, move on to the next, do the same thing, sell on terms, sell it again. But then they did it a bunch of times and they're like, people are like, bro, what is happening? Why am I getting my receipts from this random company, which doesn't have a website, doesn't have a YouTube channel, doesn't have a phone line? Like I bought from you, you guys are in Arizona, now I'm getting calls from Hawaii. What happened? Right? So yeah, so you have to take care of them. And that's why at one point we were thinking of selling notes. And then when we started doing research, like, oh,
Yeah.
we can't do that. We were going more real estate bro-ish as opposed to more business style, professional, like more venture capital stuff. Although there's some like horror stories on the venture capital as well. So I don't know if that's the right. So more, how would you say that? On the business side, who are like more Warren Buffett, although Zafiel doesn't like Warren Buffett.
Why don't you ask Raphael,
Zafiel, who do you respect as a business person? I'm sure he's not gonna like who's the Amazon guy?
Jeff Bezos?
He's not gonna like Jeff Bezos either. Some business person who's respected. I thought it was always Warren Buffett who was the most respected business person or investor.
Maybe that's changing. I don't know.
Yeah.
No one's going to be respected by everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So we want to move more like ethical business, like how about big businesses, right? Because they have to be forced to be ethical.
I think there are a lot of people who are skeptical of big business too.
So we need to find a firm that is, and Elon Musk is also heavily polarizing figure. Yeah. That's a tough question. Zafiel doesn't respect any business owner. I don't know. What do you think? Who comes to your mind when you think of respected business owners?
Like for me personally, or just in general?
Like big, not even like bigger than Alex Hormozy.
I mean, what are we do? We're going down a huge rabbit hole now. Maybe we should go back to the topic, but I guess we have to define what we mean by respected, because anyone who is very
Will
rich
also
or very
have-
famous is gonna have a decent sized contingent of people. Who
Okay,
don't
yeah,
like them,
then I
so-
guess it was just Hormozy, I guess, right? Because then that's who we're learning from. Yeah, so more Hormozy stuff. All right, end of story. All right, let's move on. But Zafiel, please tell us. He'll be tossing left and right all night, thinking about who do I respect as a business, and then wake up and say no one.
No. Right. If there are no business owners, maybe outside of business, like respected
Investors?
figures.
No, as in
investors.
respected, but in what context? I mean, you have to respect respected wealthy person.
Yeah.
When people get big, like Warren Buffett, mythos forms around
Yeah, like myths.
myths. They can pay to shape public perception. Yeah, I don't know if Warren Buffett cares about. He's like, I mean, he even dresses so sloppily. He lives in the same house for a long time. So, I mean, I think that's the reason why I think he's so well respected, is because he's like, he just doesn't enjoy spending money. He is like, yeah, I just like playing the game. Right?
Yeah, I mean I think
This like Mr. Beast
This-
style, like they're just like, you have all this money, but then you use that money to just do more of what you enjoy, as opposed to buying Ferraris and stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I think it would be sick if Warren Buffett comes out, oh, by the way, I have a secret Ferrari. Okay. Anyways, all right. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Add steps as the pricing complexity increase. Yeah, we discussed this. If you're having a conversion issue, you may be spending too little time with the prospect before asking for a sale. We already know this. All right. Okay, so we have 10 minutes left. Let's finish this. All right, let's stay focused. Give away lower cost time. Give away a lower cost time if you can. Wait, what?
Time that is a lower cost to you. I guess that would be like, instead of giving away the dentist time, you give away.
Oh, lower cost as in lower dash cost. Okay. Instead of giving away doctor's time, try having the front desk assistant or admin handle it. Prospect coming in for braces, filling out the required information, taking x-ray pictures, applying for financing, everything else that needs to be done. This allows the business to use doctor's time on only the most qualified This is where I got this from. Erica, you remember you were asking, or you were wondering how I came up with this system where like the front office, this is like all offshore team. They will do all the phone calls, and only when it's like 100% confirmed, that's when they reach you. This is where I got it from. I don't like Elon Musk at all, but he seems to be the most genuine to some degree, just because the people who hate him call him out. Elon Musk gaming controversy. What's the gaming controversy?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, we don't watch news, but let's find out. Juniper, what is the Elon Musk gaming controversy? Oh, even Juniper doesn't know.
If it's very new.
Is it gaming or gambling? Oh, multiple searches? What? 4-time search? Oh, maybe it's just in the bad loop.
I think you might have to resort to Google.
No.
Yeah.
Juniper, what is Elon Musk gaming controversy? Let's see. No?
Why don't you just ask Raphael?
Zafia, what is Elon Musk gaming controversy? All right, let's keep moving. And when we'll wait for Elon Musk to, or Zafiel to respond about Elon Musk. Okay. Yeah. Once the person has come in, you can set up the follow-up appointment for the sale. So it's like a setter closer, right? Which we're doing. Yes. By doing this, you eliminate the cost of no-shows while also pre-qualifying all candidates and putting them in the best situation to say yes when they come in the next time. In person, you can also close the card for a no-show fee for the next visit. This ensures people will show up ready to buy. He claimed to be a high-level gaming player. Oh.
Well, what? As in, he pretended to be someone else? Like he was secretly a famous gamer?
Controversy. Oh, centers on accusations of faking elite skills in games like Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2, stemming from live streams where his gameplay appeared novice despite high character levels, leading to community backlash and investigations. The controversy escalated when gamers exposed inconsistencies, prompting Musk to admit to using account boosting, paying others to play for him. Oh, he admitted, and buying in-game items, undermining his self-proclaimed gamer status and sparkling broader debate about his online persona and transparencies. He claimed expertise during live stream. His actual gameplay revealed a lack of fundamental skills with amateur mistakes, unfamiliarity with the interface, contrasting sharply with his high-level accounts. Then he admitted, why would he do that?
Yeah, that's...
The gaming community, including streamers like Asmongold, called him out, leading to a deeper feud where Musk leaked private messages and stripped Asmongold's verification badge on X. What is he doing? Some suggest he hired others to play for him entirely, given his inconsistent account activity, with theories even linked his interest in H-1B visas to facilitating this. What? Oh, this is recent. Ego. I'm shocked Juniper is not responding. Yeah, why would Juniper go against Elon Musk? Yeah, I mean, if he just focused on business, wouldn't he make even more money? Why does he get involved in all this nonsense?
Yeah, I mean, he is a bit, I suppose, like on the business side, who are we to criticize? He is
All right.
Leagues above.
Yeah. Okay. So
on the non-business side, I guess I'll just stay out.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. All right. Fine. Okay. So once the prospect comes in, you set up the follow-up appointment for sale, and then you do the card close as well. 5-minute appointment method, if desired. This is like his proprietary. He says he uses it for a great effect, with great effect. So 5-minute appointment method. So if desired, the doctor can squeeze 5 minutes between the appointments just to say hello and set up the next in-depth appointment where a treatment plan will be recommended and sold. This will allow them to take appointments all the time instead of doing during a less than desirable tiny window of time for new patients. Increasing the available slots for appointments will improve the percentage of people who schedule more than anything. Oh, I see. So basically, so the doctor has a regular schedule, right? But then we have these new customers come in. And he just meets them for like 5 minutes in between appointments. And say, oh yeah, so what's going on? This and that. Oh yeah, so you might need this, or this. So how about we set you up for a in-depth appointment? And then they send him back to the front desk. Front desk does the paperwork, puts the card on file, all that thing, schedules it for the next appointment. So that way they got to see the doctor for 5 minutes. It's interesting. But then the doctor has to be working all the time. Right?
Yeah.
Which is like Harpreet is not gonna like that. A lot of like
Although if you've ever, like, I don't know, you probably noticed this last time you went to see the doctor, but in the really high performing practices or hospitals, that is what doctors do. They're just constantly
yeah.
running around.
It's interesting, like a lot of people coming from 9 to 5, I'm like seeing a pattern. They're like, they have this misconception what a business is. So they will get on the call with me and their idea is, oh, so I just need, like when they think of business, like running a business, they think of it as like, oh, I'm just gonna come in, be the CEO, and I'm gonna hire like a team of 5 people. And then I'm say, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this.
and I drink tea all day.
Yeah, and then then they'll just have their life, do their thing, go watch movie, hang out, and then they'll come. Everything is running smoothly, and they'll say, "All right, this looks right. All right, good job, team. We'll talk again tomorrow." Because I was like explaining this to this guy who was like a 9 to 5, right? And he says, wait a second, what do you mean I have to do due diligence? Why would I do due diligence? I'm just going to hire someone to do due diligence for me. And I was like, okay, who are you going to hire? I said, well, I was just going to put a job post, say I need someone to do due diligence on land. And I say, so how do you know if they're doing the right due diligence or not? So, well, I'll ask them in the interview if you know how to do due diligence or not. If they say yes, that means they know how to do due diligence. And I was like, okay, so what if they lie or if they just BS you and then they buy a bad property, who's going to pay for it? Well, then I'm just going to fire them. All right, you fired them, but who took the loss? Well, obviously I took the loss. So I say, okay, so you just started the business and you already have like, you're hiring bad people, you're having losses in the first few months. Like how are you going to make money? And then their brain starts running. Oh yeah, that's right. So that means I have to do real work? You say, yes, you have to do real work. And then
Yeah, I think that's one of the realities of entrepreneurship that maybe, you end up, especially in the first couple of years, if you're coming from a professional background, kind of taking a downgrade, right? You do a lot of
you have to do
menial
everything.
tasks.
Yeah, you have to do everything yourself.
Yes.
Before you can, and then you hire someone and then you have to train them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have, because a lot of people coming from 9 to 5, they don't have like managerial experience, like where they're, like they might have some offshore people they manage, but they don't have like real management experience where they have run teams, right? Mm-hmm. So they don't realize that they are the head. That's like,
You're saying 9 to 5ers. Sapphire saying politicians.
from Minnesota. Oh, as in they just expect everyone to do their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting because the thought process of being a business owner, they think of it as like a status upgrade. It's like, well, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5. I'm gonna be like a boss then. Everyone talks about being your own boss. So if I'm a boss, why would I do all the work? Because I'm the boss, right? So it's just like so many like onion peels, like layers after layer. You have to like remove one by one, to show them like what being an entrepreneur is like and how much work you have to do, especially in the beginning. All right. So what are the cons?
I think that might actually be, we're going on a huge tangent, but I wonder if there's, I may be completely off on this, but I get the sense sometimes that people who don't come from the professional world are more likely to be successful as entrepreneurs because they don't have.
No, not coming from professional world. People who start right out of college or they have zero experience and they mentor with someone.
But you think of a lot of the small business owners, they might not even have a college education.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So they have zero experience.
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
jobs.
saying. They don't have
or they did like a menial job where
Right.
they were doing everything themselves.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my point. Like people who maybe come from a background of more what we would call menial
Right,
labor,
right.
they
like,
don't have the
yeah.
ego built up
So
yet. Right?
so these are like kids, right? They work in college, like for McDonald's. They work like as part of the school. They work like had like some jobs where they had to do pretty much everything themselves. And then they're like, oh, instead of corporate job, I'm just gonna try to start a business, and then I'm gonna have like a mentor teach me, and the mentor is like, all right, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And the person, oh yeah, makes sense. I have to do everything, right? And then they do everything, and then they become successful. And they're like, well, yeah, I haven't had a 9 to 5, right? Which people will like, oh yeah, you don't have a 9 to 5, you missed out. But they actually did not miss out. They actually skipped because you pick up bad habits. So one of the reasons I don't hire like all the offshore team, I'm like exclusively, if someone applies, they have 10 years of experience, I reject them.
Isn't that
Which
how
is
do
like,
you know everyone who has had a 9 to 5 job is going to be bad?
no,
That's-
it's just that you have to undo the bad habits, because I've seen so many examples of it now that I'm just there. Obviously, there's a chance I might be rejecting a good person, but at this point, as I don't care. I want someone fresh, like brand new with zero experience, so we can train them on our work ethic, right? Because everyone works like really hard in our company, right? And if we have someone who has been working for like a government job or something, it just doesn't work, because they can see the difference. They're like, wait, what do you mean you have to work nonstop, right? That kind of thing. But it's also more painful, because then you have to train. You need to train people who will train others. So maintaining the culture becomes very important, and that's another like completely another topic.
we got
Lot
way
of
out
tangents.
on a tangent there.
Lot of tangents. All right.
Right.
All right. So what are the cons? Giving away the farm. If we always discount our core offer, then people will get trained to only buy at discounted times. This is what I was telling Sonal. This is why you don't use it as your business model, but just a way to acquire customers, where you give a component as discounted. The only time when true discounts on core offers work if our pricing model is to widely increase the prices during regular season and live off the discounting. Farmers get a lot about work ethic when it's important. Some days it's better just go fishing. As in, farmers don't work a lot, or other inherently farmers' job was hard because they have to do field work, right?
Yeah.
Zafia has to break it down for us. Okay, so it's saying the only time when true discounts work on core offers, just like the retail pricing model, is you have like heavy increased prices throughout the season, and during the discounted holidays, you give discounts and you do most of the sales then. That's why we splinter our offer into tiny pieces and just give away a core component at a discount, not the whole form. Upsell more later. It's genius. Bargain hoppers. It comes down to what you are giving away. This was the problem with Groupon back in the day. People started noticing that customer had no desire to buy the main thing.
Oh, that's like, the place we always go to.
Aveda, yeah.
They now just are like, okay, I'll give you the Groupon price, because I assume everyone's just saying, why don't you just give me the Groupon price?
Yeah. But most of the businesses that complained about this did not know how to structure their offers to automatically qualify prospects to become customers of their core offer.
I see, but yeah.
I'm just saying some days it's best if you don't try to do work. If a field is muddy, do something. Yeah.
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 That makes sense. Yeah.
You understood this, Erica, or you skipped it? But he's also saying that most people who complain about this didn't really know how to upsell. Right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
Is that going back to you don't discount the core offer?
Yeah. So basically, they might have been discounting their core offer as opposed to, right? Aveda also, they never upsell. They try, but it's very weak,
Yeah.
right? They're like, oh, would you like to buy some products? And I'm like, no. They never do like, if they made a compelling case, oh, this is 40% off or something for our membership if you buy a membership, and then I can show you what products are you using. I can do a price comparison and see you're going to be saving this much, and it's the same ingredients and it's natural. You make a compelling offer. They could have like an orientation call with regular customers, like they never did it,
Yeah.
right? Because their business model is like training and churning.
Yeah. They're primarily
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Not,
There's a lot of room for opportunities. Like they keep us waiting for like 20 minutes. That could have been shortened. And like literally we can transform any business at this point. No?
why don't we transform our own business first?
Which we are. Aren't we?
Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, it takes time to.
Takes time. Yeah. You cannot force, you cannot speed up 9 months of pregnancy. That's the example. It takes 9 months, no matter what you're going to do, right? You cannot speed it up. Or like the Arnold Schwarzenegger joke. Zafia, what do you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger? Do you think he's a, what's the word?
Legitimate?
Not so nice or not so looked up or not so
Oh, what's his reputation?
reputation, yeah. So he was saying, so a guy was like, oh, you have to get up early, this and that, work hard. I go to the gym 3 times a day, blah, blah, blah. And the guy asked him a question about, well, so, you say you do all these things, but you still need time to sleep. What am I supposed to do? So, well, you got to just sleep faster. So, yeah.
Although that kind of, I think, gets at what Zaphael was sort of getting at is if you make a culture that's too work obsessive, it might, in some instances, backfire. Like, people do need.
When did he say that? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying the point being there's some times when pushing yourself to work might backfire.
All right.
Like if you're, only sleeping 4 hours.
No, but
right?
that's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
We live very healthy lifestyles.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, we sleep 8 hours. We go to a gym. We eat healthy. All right, which allows us to work hard and also stay focused, right? It all is it's like a positive cycle. All right. Yeah, we shouldn't see people as customers if they buy the discount. We should see them as qualified leads. That's a good line. I mean, in general, you should always treat customers as someone you always have to make an offer, right? This is one of the principles, my business principle. Every interaction with the customer is an opportunity to make an offer. These are opportunities to upsell. So that's exactly what he's saying. I feel like my principles are solid now. The 6 principles I came up with, I'm sure I'll add more to them. But they're very solid. You can apply to any business. Right? Now I want to start like a family office, private equity.
Well, let's
First, we need to
build
All
our
right,
own business.
conclusion. All right. Well, we are. What do you mean?
Okay.
All right. During COVID, screw your freedom because with freedom comes obligations and responsibility, Schwarzenegger said, and burn any good thoughts I had about him. Oh, because of his lockdowns and stuff, yeah. Yeah, that was a polarizing time. All right, discount, promotion, conclusion. So as a front-end offer, discounts tend to work better with well-understood services like dentist, chiropractors, gyms, haircuts, etc. People have price ranges they understand, so discounts can be attractive to them to generate inquiries. It must be something that people will value receiving a discount from. If a customer doesn't know what they're getting, a discount on it doesn't really make much sense because they have nothing to compare it to. Discounts almost entirely eliminate no-shows. All right. So this is the conclusion for the attract section. So if you're not getting enough response, you probably need to make your front-end offer more appealing. we need to give people who otherwise wouldn't respond a reason to do so. Yes? Mm-hmm. Enhancing your Grand Slam offer with a free or discounted front end is the fastest way to do that. Generate flow, monetize flow, then add friction. Author almost always starts with a free or heavily discounted offer so that he has something to benchmark and then improve upon. To make this process work, you must know your business and product better than your customers do. Know more than your customers' problem than they do. This is what we learned is important, right? Know more. Should I add? I think that might go in the principle.
Yeah, you could.
Otherwise, how would you upsell?
Yeah.
Should I add it?
Yeah.
Seems like a good principle. Because now I'm like collecting these. Right? You know why, right?
For podcasts.
For podcasts. And also for like us as a reminder.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
like
those
100
they're
things
actually
that we-
really helpful. Yeah.
Very
Maybe you look
helpful.
at them every couple of days to remind yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if for me it will be like, what's the friction he's talking about? Oh, so generate flow, monetize flow, add friction. So essentially, by friction he means a disqualification process. So if you are giving a free offer, right? So you're saying free cleaning, and you're generating a lot of flow, right? And then that flow will be monetized by upselling, but then you add more friction because at some point you're going to run out of the free stuff, like because your dentist time is limited. So a friction would be maybe instead of discounting to 80%, you reduce the discount to 70 so that a little bit less people show up. And if still a lot of people showing up, you reduce it more and you reduce it to 50. So then less people show up. So you're adding friction. Or you have people say, well, I only accept people who have insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was the point. And with the free offers, you end up getting a lot of
Tire kickers.
tire kickers. So you want to add some additional qualification like
Yeah.
you must have insurance or you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's adding friction. Okay. Or make them watch a video or make them watch a sales video or something, right? VSL. Know more about your customer's problem than they do. We capitalize this by making them aware of all the other problems they're going to encounter on their journey through upsells. This is how you design a winning acquisition strategy. All right, Erica. Let's queue up the full screen. Also, we should do, that was the summary. So we discussed attraction offers. We started with how to define your avatar. We looked at the attraction offers. Within attraction offers, we looked at premium offers, free offers, discounted offers. And in the next session, we're going to talk about
The expensive customer problem.
the expensive customer problem. All right. So now, so these are the ideas that we implement in our business. So if you're watching this and you wanna be part of the inner circle or like the inner mentorship community that we have, check us out at honestwealthbuilders.com. Not only that we execute these strategies, but then we share notes and see what's working, what's not working, what needs tweaking, and we get ideas from different folks who are action takers. So if you're interested, book a call and we can talk. Other than that, we will see you guys next week. When do you think?
Next weekend, you want to do? Or you want to try?
You should do at least once in maybe Wednesday. When is the non? We'll see. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we'll put something up, but we should do like once on the weekend, then once in the
Okay.
weekend. All right. Thank you for joining. We'll see you at 7:30 Eastern next week.